Well, good morning from Springfield, Illinois, where I arrived very late last night. I was driving out from Nauvoo last night, and it was my first time driving in America in the dark, and there were no interstates. It was a 3-hour drive along, well, just country roads, basically. Interesting fact that you'd never get in the UK. The GPS routed me down one stretch which was 80 miles. But just a single road, just one road, 80 miles. And I'm not talking about an interstate, or a motorway, if you like. It was just a regular single lane road, just straight for well over an hour, which was crazy, through small towns, and well, couldn't see a lot because it was dark, obviously, but you never get that. Never get that in the UK. There's so few cars, especially at that sort of time, at night. There were so few cars there. I could go 10 miles without seeing another vehicle coming in the other direction, nothing ahead or behind. A lot of the roads are really straight as well, which is interesting because it has its ups and downs. You can see vehicles coming a long way away, which is great. So if there's a vehicle coming the other way, you can see, well over a mile away that it's coming down the road. But Americans are not great at a dip in the headlights, so you get a lot of high beam, bright lights in your face, which is always nice. Occasional flash, and they tend to realise what they're doing. But that was an interesting journey. When I arrived here in Springfield, I had a hotel booked. The only problem was they didn't realise I booked it, so some kind of problem with the online booking. So I arrived at the hotel. Yeah, we can see you've made a booking, but it was rejected. Great. Okay. Got any rooms? No. Right. So luckily there was another hotel across the road, and I managed to get in there, which is where I am now. So that was entertaining. Nauvoo yesterday was fascinating. Now I'm not a religious person myself. It's basically a collection of Mormons, an entire community just of Mormons, and it dates back to the 1830s when they were, kicked out of Missouri. It has a lot in common with the story, the common story of the Jews that everybody's familiar with, where they get persecuted a lot and they get kicked out. But they were the nicest people I've ever met, I think. It was just mad how friendly they were. Everyone was welcoming. We went on a wagon tour, a horse-drawn wagon, and people were coming out of their houses and waving, smiling and waving. It's a little bit different from when you go to a British city. Everybody's trying to avoid any kind of eye contact and never has anything to say to you. But I kind of expected it to be more religious in Nauvoo. They'd push their faith on you and say, you're not a believer and things like that. No, it was absolutely fine. They didn't impose any kind of views. Interestingly, I did start, I'm interested in that kind of thing. Like I said, I'm not religious myself, but I want to understand why people have beliefs that they have. And I did question them on certain things. But they were very friendly about it. They understand that not everybody believes everything that they do. And I got given a leaflet on the prophet Joseph Smith, which I'll be sure to read at some point. I doubt it will change my own views. But here's the thing: you need to have certain human characteristics, in my opinion. You need to have empathy, compassion, kindness, all of those kind of things. It doesn't matter how you get there, If you want to believe something that I don't believe, but we both end up as reasonable people, then, it doesn't make any difference to me. You can believe whatever you want. If you want to believe the flying spaghetti monster is the reason that you're compassionate and kind, then that's all good with me, And everything was so inexpensive. I had my first malt yesterday. So for anyone from Britain, we don't have malts in Britain. It's kind of like a milkshake. Just really, really thick and creamy. It was almost like drinking a cup of cream. But that was good. I'm going to find me some more malts on the road at some point. So that was yesterday. Today I'm going to be heading to the Abraham Lincoln Home and Museum to find out more about the famous president from the 19th century. That's right here in Springfield. But first I'll be stopping by the Cozy Dog Diner. This is the first stop on the trip, which was on Man vs. Food. That'll be interesting. Once I leave the hotel, I'll check back in.
Look at those beautiful dogs.
They really are great. Look at that color. So, my first Cozy Dog.
Please listen carefully.
Well, it's another beautiful day here in Illinois. Southern Illinois, not too far from the border with Missouri. I'm here at the Cozy Dog Drive-In, one of the famous stops on Route 66, and the first stop I managed to make that was on Man vs. Food. It wasn't an eating challenge. I'm certainly not going to be doing many eating challenges on this trip, but it'll be good to check one out nonetheless. Definitely need the sunglasses today. I wonder if they have malts inside. I'm going to go find out in a minute. But this is a classic American diner, and a corn dog. I've never had one, but essentially I think it's a battered sausage. Same as you have in the UK. Maybe they do something special with it. I'm not sure. I'm about to find out. Let's head inside. Alright, I have my Cozy Dog with fries, soda, obviously. We're in America after all. Comparison with the British battered sausage from the chippy. Not really that similar. It's more like a hot dog. More like a... I don't know. The battered sausage in the UK is crispy. Right? This is not crispy, this is soft. It's almost like... I don't even know how to describe it. There's nothing like this in the UK that I know of. We have a certain interpretation of American food. You know, you can buy American themed food in supermarkets and things like that. It's nothing like that. Hand cut fries, American mustard, of course, and loads of Route 66 memorabilia. What a great place. Here's a nice little curiosity. We're still in Illinois here, just on our way to Edwardsville. And this behind me here is Henry's Rabbit Ranch. I've just met Henry inside. He's had to close up because it's fairly late in the day, but he rescues rabbits and keeps them along with his collection of classic cars as a strange, fun 66 attraction. And the cars are all VWs and mostly rabbits, which is the American name for the Golf. So you see a VW Golf, these guys call it a VW Rabbit, hence why he's got so many. Most of them are still running. We've got a whole load of trucks over here. Henry used to be a trucker himself. And it's just the most curious place, and he was good enough to spend a lot of time with me. He's explaining that he just wants to have fun, you know, he just wants to, doesn't take anything too seriously. He was explaining, he was telling me that one of his rabbits ran for president, Queen Montana. I'm not sure she did that well, but isn't that like a fun story? Especially just the strangest sort of, it's not really a museum, I suppose, it's more of a rescue centre for rabbits, which happens to also be an attraction. Fantastic place. I'm going to head out towards the Chain of Rocks Bridge now on the border with Missouri. Hit St. Louis tomorrow, but I'll be staying in Edwardsville this evening, so I'll see you later.
Sing that song one day and it won't be long. You're gonna be dead and gone.